The following is a fan-based discussion. All properties discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Hasbro, and Super Productions.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Tokutalk.
Welcome
this is Tokutalk,
back.
right?
Yes.
Okay. We had a very fun conversation before the camera turned on.
Oh, we did.
This is getting me so upset. Anyway,
Which puts you in a perfect mood for what we're talking about today.
Hey!
We're doing a Tokutalk. If you haven't read the title, because as we just discussed, reading is fundamental.
Yes.
fundamental.
That's one word.
That's 3 words. I went to shul.
Anyway, we're talking about what we don't want to see Hasbro doing. The future.
What is this? All right.
Let's try that again. Hi everybody, welcome back to another Tokutalk.
We almost had another spectate there.
Anyway, if you haven't read the title, which you probably should have, we're going to talk about what we don't want to see Hasbro doing for the future of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And we're already in a mood, so this is going to be fucking great. So, where do we want to start?
Just take a minute.
Pose
ourselves.
Take a knee.
Okay.
Take a knee, cadet.
All right.
Anyway.
Where we're gonna now? This originally was sort of a top 10,
Sort of.
and then we decided to just not do that.
Because we really
It
couldn't
makes
order
more
it.
sense to not do that.
And we really couldn't order it.
Yeah.
These are things that we all don't want Hasbro to do anymore.
All right.
In no particular order.
Yes. Start off with talking during fight scenes.
Wow,
Rather,
isn't it great that we are fighting with these legendary rangers? It's so awesome. This is so great. We could use this exercise. Look at how great our fighting is, guys.
Shut the fuck up.
or rather, an overabundance.
Yeah.
An overabundance
The
of
occasional, quip.
Fun.
I would like
Pun.
to bring up an example of the Marvel movies.
Oh, boy.
People will talk in fight scenes every now and again during
Yeah,
those. Like, you'll
but-
get a little quip here and there,
But-
and it's totally fine.
But usually, at that point, they're usually having conversations with each other.
Yeah, but it doesn't last that long.
No, and it's not
And
that
it's not
painful.
the whole fight.
And it's not painful.
Mm-hmm.
When something visually stimulating is happening, we're not really... Our brain doesn't want to be having to hear something. We want to absorb the
Absorb what's happening.
Yeah. I hate to keep using this example, but that 1v1v1 fight scene in Shinkenger, not a fucking word was spoken because the choreography did all the talking.
Mm.
When you have a scene, and then when we get to Samurai, they wouldn't shut the fuck up. But, the occasional pun here and there, the occasional quip is fine. So, because if you go back to the original Power Rangers, that was one of the best things, the whole stupid line of have a nice trip, see you next fall, that kind of shit.
Yeah, it was sort
That's
of
the one.
cringeworthy
That's the one we remember the most.
from the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was sort of cringy, but it was also entertaining in its own way.
Because it was also, the show was campy back then.
Yeah.
It was purposeful.
I mean, it kind of always has been, but
Yeah, but nowadays, when
the
we're
definition
watching...
of campy has shifted.
Well, yeah, the definition of campy has shifted, and you also have to remember that entire movie was campy. But when we get to, the Legendary War, and we're adapting that, that's not really campy. That's a big moment of nostalgia.
or at least it isn't supposed to be.
Yes.
True, but as long as the hurricane just don't bring out the giant ears, I'm good.
Yeah. Now, really enough,
Sorry, I just had that image of them in the Legendary War. I hear everything.
weirdly enough, a lot of this does not apply to Dino Charge because
Yeah.
No, Dino Charge was great
that was a good one.
until the end.
It's the exception that proves the rule.
Yeah. I swear to God, I love how that came after Super Mega Force or Super Mega
Samurai.
Shit and Samurai, and we realized that Neo Saban can be overall good, even with
If they let it.
even with the shitty ending, it can be overall a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But then and what came after that?
Ninja Steel.
That actually leads into the next one.
God, what were the catchphrases again?
Show's over, ninjas win, and Ninja Rangers fear no danger.
Ninja Rangers.
They both are the most amazing things I've ever heard.
And the worst.
Show's over, ninjas win.
But that makes sense with the context of the show.
It's still
That is-
dumb.
It is.
Oh, well, they had the whole galactic show thing.
Yeah, there was a game show going on.
It's still bad.
It was still bad, but
All right. Next. Lack of character development.
Remember when Troy was supposed to be a chosen one?
Remember when he was supposed to be Goku?
remember when Dino Charge Red actually had a character and a relation build up through the course of the show?
When Shelby did? Remember when Chase did, and Riley, and everybody in that show, really?
Sorry, I just remembered when Andre the Black Nerd did an episode by episode review, and the Miss Morgan had her first fight scene, and he went, "No need to be so violent."
It's hilarious that he actually stopped doing those after.
Yeah,
because I was like, I sort of want him to do it, but then I watched part of Ninja Steel, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
We don't want. He likes to be happy.
He likes to have joy in his life. Actually, that's gonna.
Well, he likes ranting too, if anything.
True,
Yeah.
but he hasn't really done a Black Man rant in a while.
I sort of miss those, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to include the next part in this too, just a lack of character development and bad acting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is going to tie into bad writing, but
Yeah, it ties into bad writing because an actor can only do so much if they're given a shitty script.
And bad direction.
And bad direction.
Super Megaforce.
Super Megaforce. However, I still don't think the guy who played Troy, never met him, he's probably a great guy. But I don't think he can really... I don't even think with a given a good script, I don't know if he would be able to act out
It's
himself
so
on the paper
weird
bag.
because, like, him outside of the show, he's really funny. He's, like, a great guy. And
Doesn't translate to acting.
yeah, it's like he has so much personality when he's just being interviewed. Like when Black Nerd did his interview with the entire cast, he was the greatest. I'm sitting here like, I want to hang out with him. Troy, I want to use him as packing material.
Cardboard.
And just lack of character development.
That is not his fault.
Gia especially.
She has nothing.
She really got the short end of the stick. They gave her nothing
What
to
stick?
do. The dumb stick.
She had the least to do in that show, and that makes it sad.
I remember saying this. Sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I remember saying this in the end comparison for Super Mega Force. The thing about okay, I suddenly forgot it. Dang it.
We'll come back to you.
What did I say?
Bad acting, though. And there's also ties on lack of character development. When you're going to have a parent show up,
or just give us another season where they're adults. We don't have to worry about parents.
yeah. Or you do if they're like in college.
True.
Which is perfectly fine, like Shelby and her dad. But let's see, Preston in Ninja Steel, his dad showed up for like half an episode.
Also, don't forget Dino Charge. The dad was a ranger.
Yeah, the dad was a ranger. Pink and Ninja Steel. Her mom showed up every once in a while, but it's just like they don't have a lot, especially because Pink got a lot of not development. So
what's the opposite of development?
It's
sadness.
Ninja Steel.
No, we're taking it back. But yeah, it's just like you got to give the parents need to be fairly good actors on their own to come off as believable. Like Scott's dad in RPM. Also, apparently, Red's dad in the upcoming Beast Morphers is supposed to be the mayor of their town.
Okay.
I was like, I'm perfectly all right with that. Let's do this. But yeah.
Am I the only one who thought of like a parallel with that in RPM?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just like you've got to do something better just in general about character development and bad acting. That's like the main thing. Forget you just saw anything.
But anyway, like I said this in Super Mega Force, whenever there's a dramatic moment, of which there are very, very few, you can tell that the actors are really trying.
Yeah.
But because they have so little to work with, they're not the greatest actors or actresses, but they're
trying.
They're really trying to squeeze something out of this.
Speaking of squeeze something, next two are tied into each other. High school and cheap nostalgia cash-ins. Ninja Steel should not have taken place in a high school. Or anywhere near a school. They're court ordered to be away from schools.
Yes.
I hate
no ninja-ing in the schools.
I hate high school plots now. It's not even the fact that I'm just so far out of the age group.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's done.
Well, that's the thing. Even when we watched this as kids, we were far out of the age group.
Well, we were on the opposite.
We were on the up, but still.
I think in that case...
but that is also to remember that we are not the target demographic for Power Rangers anymore.
I know, but they also need to just do something new. The whole reason, and I'm pretty sure this is the whole reason they were in high school originally, is because what was popular at the time that Mighty Morphin came out?
Like Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell, Beverly Hills 90210.
Yeah.
That was the big one, even though they were all 30. So
And it didn't get much different in Power Rangers except
they were
Tommy,
all in their 20s.
except Tommy, who was 19.
Yeah.
That was like actors in their 20s pretending to be teenagers.
That was Ivan was actually a thing.
Oh god.
And this works to the cheap nostalgia cash-ins. And
The cheap nostalgia cash-ins have their place,
yeah.
especially because now you have to remember the original fans of Power Rangers are actually even older than I am. So they might have their own kids watching Power Rangers now. So it's like the adult jokes in Disney movies and shit like that. It's for the parents who are watching it with their kids.
I don't think you don't need those though.
I'm not saying you don't need them, but it's nice, and especially when you're doing an anniversary season. So the cheapness.
I disagree.
The cheap nostalgia cash-in was kind of a given on an anniversary season, like Super Mega Force. So there was no avoiding the cheap nostalgia cash-in on that. There really weren't any cheap nostalgia cash-ins.
There's a way to do it though by at least give it some substance.
Yeah. That's the main thing. They don't give it anything. Like, it's just there.
No, I get that.
Like in Samurai.
I'm fine with nostalgia cash-ins, but they have to be, like I said, there has to be substance to them.
Yeah. And like
Something other than, hey, remember this.
Exactly. This ties into the next point as well. Cheap nostalgia cash-ins, high school, in Bulk and Skull.
You don't need that
Of
character.
any kind.
We do not need that character
Victor
anymore.
and Monty in Ninja Steel. They were not needed in any fashion.
No.
And they should not have been there. But they were so tied into the high school version of the jock and the nerd, but they're best friends, but they're also assholes. So here we are with these two, and we don't need them because then we end up getting a whole episode centered around farting monsters.
Just to make myself feel better, I'm going to go back to the nostalgia cash-ins. There are good ways to do it. I would say maybe more Easter egg level kind of. If an example, if in Dino Charge,
Oh, I know what you mean. Like when they do it in Abba Ranger, they keep bringing back the curry shop every once in a while.
something like that, or like in this. I'm not saying
Separate
this
universe, but it's curry shop.
I'm not saying this happened, but it would have been like this is good. Would be a decent example. In Dino Charge, Miss Morgan is talking to the team, and she said she got a bunch of dinosaur research from Dr. Oliver. Something like that. A nice, tie-in,
Yeah.
but not like, and he's right here, and and Jason David Frank kicks the door down and goes, "Aya!" and then leaves.
To be fair, he is always up to do that.
No.
I know he is.
unless it involves flying to New Zealand.
That's also true.
But
yeah, we don't need any more Bulk the Skull type characters.
No.
We don't need any more cheap nostalgia cash-ins. When you're moving on, just move on. It would be nice if they tied in Beast Morphers to RPM in some out of way, shape, or form. There's nothing to say anything about that. I would love if they did so. But it's fine to just leave it at its own thing.
If I can make another point about the Bulk and Skull stuff, if you want to do an episode about standing up against bullies, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you want to limit it to one episode and just bring a one-off character in,
that's fine.
I'm okay with that. Don't make him a supporting character who is just a doofus who does nothing.
Yeah.
And there are plenty of shows that do that. They bring in a one-off character who is a bully, do an episode about standing up against the bully, and then they're never heard from
They
again.
did that in Down Charge with Riley.
Oh, yeah.
Although Riley was like, what?
But then you also have to remember Miss Morgan was a bully, too, so that was awkward.
Yeah, she was a bully in a different way. The guy that Riley's bully was just like, I'm here to be an asshole. Riley was like, I could kick your ass here from 3 weeks to Sunday, but I won't do that, and I'll be a good guy instead.
Also true.
Now then, next one. Abandoned plot lines.
Remember that?
Back to
Remember
the Trojan
Troy's the
one.
Trojan one.
The Trojan one.
The Trojan one!
Like the Trojan horse.
I'm coming! Trojan! Thank you, Kung Pao, Into the Fist.
Uh-huh.
Love
Anyway.
that movie.
Anyway. God, that was awful. I'm having dreams about a weird battle, and I glowed for no reason. Oh, that was nice. Moving on.
Kamehameha!
Robo Knight.
Robo Knight. Oh my fucking god.
In general.
Oh, Robo Knight. Remember when he died and came back apropos of nothing? And everyone was just like, oh, hey, how's it
Robo
going?
Knight. Literally, they went, oh, hey.
They responded to their dead friend coming back like he just came back from the grocery store.
Oh, hey, this is a common occurrence.
I mean,
In
look,
Dragon Ball Z, it is a common occurrence.
That's true, but this is
Die
not
another
Dragon
time,
Ball
I get a Sunday.
Yeah, one more, I get a free Sunday. I'm lactose intolerant. No one's lactose intolerant. Heaven, Krillin. That's why it's heaven.
Z. That's why it's heaven. Unfortunately, we're in hell because we're dealing with Super Mega Force
again.
Well, this is Dragon Ball, so
this is something that some people will say Lupat did, and that's okay. They did do that a little bit, but I feel like Super Mega Force did it worse. And in Lupat, they made up for it by doing a lot of other stuff. Next one, shouting out attacks. I remember watching the Super Ninja Steel 25th anniversary special, and they shot their lines at the tree to jump onto it. They were like, Super Ninja line! And I'm sitting here like,
shut up!
This is a line you didn't need to say. So...
Which is kind of like Tarzan going, swinging!
Yeah.
I love it.
Or Captain America going, shield!
Shielding! Just let them do it.
No, let's be real. Every time he throws that shield, he thinks it said freedom.
Victory. Hell Hydra.
or every once in a while, Bucky. What?
Yeah, but it's just like, we don't... If they're going to do something, just let them do it.
Not everything has to have a name.
They don't have to say fire or anything like that. Just let them
This is one of those
shoot.
things that I think only works in Japan.
Yeah.
Like, shouting out attacks, that's a staple of anime
But they're really only
and stuff
doing
in Japan.
During a finisher. Of course, like a big one about this is Dino. But really only Momotaro's.
Yeah. And like
but also
you say,
just anime in general.
It's
something
really
that happens
just
a lot.
it's typically a finisher or a special move of some sort.
Yeah.
Not we're just gonna shoot our blasters. Fire! Also, can we stop with the fear of blaster noises versus gun noises? For the love of God.
That's such an American thing now.
I know it still pisses me off.
Remember when the pistols from Gokaiger
That's censoring in all the wrong ways.
Yeah. Just let it be a thing. And that's really all you have to do instead of having to try to time it to match the gun, and every once in a while you'll miss an edit. Like, so this ties into the next thing. Stupid catchphrases.
Show's over. Ninjas win.
Earth's defenders never surrender.
Rangers together. Samurai forever.
It's like when it's too many words, that's when it becomes
I've
annoying.
got a lovely bunch of
Dino Charge
coconuts.
did okay.
Monster
Extinct.
I was like, that's it.
That's fine.
That's succinct. That's short, quick, to the point. I'm here for it.
And even during Dino Supercharge, they didn't go Super Monster. No, just Monster Extinct.
And I was like, that's a beauty in compactness.
Less is more.
Power Rangers, that's a super mega... No.
You negated your victory.
You negated your victory by saying that, and just with the blandest delivery ever of a Ranger never lets go of his weapon.
And then immediately lets go of his weapon. And then the monster gets back up and says, no, I don't accept this. Shut the fuck up. And you have to kill it again and not say anything. Every time you actually say a word.
The monster explodes, like the explosion comes back together and the monster reforms and just goes, no, I'm out of here.
I don't accept that. Kill me again, don't say anything. And Troy's about to say something. Gia's like, shut the fuck up! This is the 16th time we've done this.
Right, you're going to kill me and you're going to do it properly this time.
I have a character to not be. God.
Oh, will you hurry up? I have to go to Starbucks.
But yeah, that's really all that we think about what they shouldn't bring back. Let us know if there's anything that you don't want Hasbro to do when Beast Morphers starts on March 2nd.
And we will be doing a first impression after like 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah. Like we usually do.
Yes. But let us know.
Oh, wow. We'll have 2 first impressions very close to each other.
Yep.
Because Real Soldier starts on the 17th.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah.
Thank you all for watching.
Follow us on all the things.
Yes.
Patreon, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Discord.
And Patreon.
The invite to the Discord is on our Twitter account at the Tokucast.
Yep. Anything else you wanted to go over real quick?
Nope.
All right. Well, in that case, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.